Hey Collective, it's Brandon Curtis with a general collective reading for you. It's been a while. I have been doing a lot of work these past 5 months that I've been absent from my channel. I believe you me with all of the moon cycles, with specifically the eclipses. In my chart, there was a lot of learning and healing and change that occurred in my life. I'm in a really good place, and I'm happy to be back giving you these messages. Consulting this Divine Animals Oracle, the first two cards out, cards number 22 and 33. 22 being the sacred ibis with learning, and the second card out, the chameleon with change, card number 33. I certainly have done a lot of learning and change in these past 5 months, and it appears that you too have been in the same situation. Lots of internal healing, both in the physical here with the chameleon card. 33 is a master number, representing Ascended Master, and 22, with the Sacred Ibis, is a master number of the Master Builders. So many of you have been learning with Thoth energy, air energy, I'm picking up. No matter what your sign is, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, you've been learning how to change physically. In a pre-shuffle of the cards that I'll be using in this reading, Chiron popped out. Remember, Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron was a centaur, a master teacher himself, like Thoth. And Chiron is a comet and an asteroid, I believe discovered in 1977. It was thought at first that it might be a planet similar to Pluto. And wherever Chiron sits in your chart, in what house, gives you information on that wound in you that you will carry throughout this incarnation, in this lifetime. One more card, please, Spirit. And then we'll move on to a new tarot deck of the major arcana for some clarification. Spirit, have one more card, please. Okay, here we go. Polar Bear, card number 26. 26 is, the 26th degree is Taurus. I happen to be born on the 26th day of April, and a Taurus. A lot of this learning that you have undergone or are currently in, collective, this information is coming not only from maybe Thoth, if you connect with the Egyptian pantheon of energies. But here, most definitely your ancestors are coming through. Picking up, many of you have been in a state of meditation, that you are regularly meditating. If you're not, please start. Your ancestors would like you to connect with them more often because they have a wealth of information that they would like to share with you. Bottom of the deck, card number 18, transformation in the sea otter. So yes, in order for this learning to continue, this change in your life to continue, please meditate, stay hydrated, stay prayed up. All right. Actually, I'm going to, before I get into the tarot, let's check in with what astrological planets, celestial body energy. Ooh, this flew out. Cancer, the Doula. Now, the Doula is a energy. It's a person. That helps one pass on. There are death doulas that assist people in their time of need, in their last days, to soften that transition, to connect that individual with their ancestors, with their spiritual higher self, to quell any fears that arise in that process. So here it came out over the ibis and the learning. Cancer energy is about feeling. It's a doula is sympathetic to the emotional place in all of us that we call home. Because we enter this life alone and we leave it alone. It's a very powerful energy to, I'm picking up, and here with the Ancestors card, many of you in recent days, months, maybe in the past couple of years have lost ones that are dear to you. Know that they're with you always. If you didn't know that already, please take time to listen to them when they pop up into your energy, or you see an omen or a sign from them, from your ancestors, from one's loved ones who have passed on that you've known in this lifetime. Any time that they pop into your head or your heart, here with Cancer, know that they are trying to get a message to you. You may find feathers on the ground or pennies. That's a clear sign that that loved one is there with you. And for some of you, I'm picking up, maybe you are somewhat without family. Know that there are many ancestors that you've never met who are there to assist you in whatever trials and tribulations, the learning that you are in the process of absorbing and then using that energy, that knowledge, to change here, most likely in your heart. Know that you always have ancestor energy coming through. Aries, the radical with change. Yeah, there's been a lot of radical change in your life right now. Know that with Aries energy, that's the first house energy. It's cardinal fire energy. That first house is where our spirit first comes in to this incarnation in this lifetime. Many of you are really taking on that. You're so incredibly receptive right now. Intuitive, here with the Cancer and the Doula. Family-oriented. Introverted. Many of you may have been following the moon cycles, as I have, or the activity in the celestial bodies. It's interesting, this deck has, let's see if we have any sort of celestial bodies pop out. Here we have signs. Radical acceptance, I'm hearing as well. I'm not picking up shadow work so much. And I'm hearing it's integrating a lot of the shadow work that you have been doing or have done in the past. Many of you are ready to step out and be your fierce, radical self, being assertive rather than introverted, competitive, getting back into the game. Very active in your life, taking control, feeling supported by your ancestors, and emotionally strong here with Cancer and the Doula. And we have Virgo, exactly. Virgo is an alchemist. The sixth house of Virgo is the largest house, and coincidentally, my grandmother and grandfather just came through. My grandmother's a Scorpio sun, Virgo moon. My grandfather, a Virgo sun. Can't remember what his moon sign is off the top of my head. Wow. Okay, so a lot of you have been doing work in the sixth house. So look to see what celestial bodies, what planets are in your sixth house, what asteroids, what comets, and that will tell you in what area of your life or what energy you can call upon to further assist you in alchemizing any sort of fears, anxiety, how you can build up even further that connection between thought and emotions and root it in the body. And that's what the sixth house is. It's taking a look on the inside and then matching that with the external. As above, so below, as within, so without. So the work that you're doing, collective, on the inside right now is radical. And it has a lot to do with, Aries, that first house rules the head. So here, coupled with the Cancer energy, And again, we have 3 signs, no celestial bodies, and the first house to pop up is 10th house. So you're about to, with all the work that you have done recently, or heck, whenever your spiritual awakening occurred, the shadow work that you've done, healing past traumas, relationships, but mostly it's that connection between the emotions and thought and the head, and also your passions, because Aries is cardinal fire. That's intuition. Fire is intuition. And a lot of this work you have successfully alchemized, or if you're not feeling grounded, if you haven't pulled those energies down into your senses, and that's what earth energy is: Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's earth energy is of the 5 senses. It's about the 5 senses, where fire would be intuition, water would be feeling, and air is thought. Virgo in that 6th house, which is a difficult, again, it's the largest house, and truly the most important, because those first 5 houses have a lot to do with integrating the fire, earth, air, and water energy. Boom, it comes into the 5th house of the ego, of our passions, of our creativity, masculine fire energy, of Leo, a fixed fire energy, and that's all integrated into the 6th house. This is bringing you collective, a lot of people are noticing the changes that you've made, and a lot of this is showing up. I'm hearing congratulations. Some of you have been promoted recently at work or in the workplace. You're being recognized here with the Aries energy and with the Cancerian energy as both a leader and someone who leads with their heart. And they're no dummy. You do your research. You are the alchemist, that Virgo energy. And this has changed. Yeah, this is about career. It's about your responsibilities to the self and to the collective. The number 6 is about harmony within and with harmony with the tribe. So in workplace or with the family. It's about giving that healing alchemist energy of Virgo to others. Which is a reflection of how you have been giving or have given yourself that healing energy. Yeah, so I did mention a job, a promotion. I think I see your reputation. We got the 8th house as well behind that. 8th house is about intimacy, ruled by Scorpio. And beyond that, we've got Jupiter with expansion. I think you're at the point now where you are ready to share with others all that you've been through. And you're going to do it. You're going to blow these people's minds. Whether it's a workplace environment, whether it's strangers on the street, there's a glow about you. 10th house energy, which is the first house that is a collective house. Houses 1 through 9 are personal houses. people see this in you. You're giving off a glow. They know the work that you've put into healing maybe childhood trauma, healing from breakups, I'm hearing. Many of you have had to step away from family to do this. God knows I have, and have been helped by my ancestors, without a doubt, in learning how to do that gracefully. All right, let's get into the tarot. I'm using, well, let's just find out what energy is going on. I've got a Frida Kahlo tarot deck that is just the major arcana, so we'll find out what's going on further. Right, Spirit, give us a message to accompany, to clarify. These things are so big. All right, I'm going to cut these. Take it from the top, Spirit. Let's do a little shuffle. I hope this finds you well. You can expect more readings from me on a regular basis. Whew, it has been a ride. I tell you, with my particular placements, Earth Grand Trine, Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn, with Saturn and the Moon in my first house. I have a 12th house stellium. I've got Saturn and the Moon in my first house. Got Neptune and Jupiter conjunct. 12th house stellium, or first house stellium, depending on the system that you look at. Yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of hidden enemies, a lot of healing with that Piscean energy of the 12th house. But specifically, wow, you know, the eclipses that have taken place since April, literally life-changing for me. And I'm picking up for many of you as well. We got the South Node and North and South nodes moving from Taurus and Scorpio into Aries and Libra. And we have Aries here. Okay, Spirit, one more split, and let's get some words from advice. Justice, Libra energy. You may soon be faced with a decision. Allow justice to guide your hand, and you will find peace. This almost looks like the Strength card, and also you see the infinity symbol in the Magician card number 11. So we've got the first 3 master numbers in this reading. Major transformation for you. The Fool, Aquarius energy, Uranus energy. Some people, it has a lot to do with Pluto energy, which is about the underworld. It's about death and rebirth. The Fool, the way is uncertain, but you have all the tools. Make the leap. Do not let insecurity bind you. Here with this Aries energy, absolutely not. You know, Virgo if unbalanced can be very, very neurotic, because it's ruled by Mercury, which is all air energy. And like I said, that sixth house is about where thought and emotions come together and are grounded in our five senses. The Fool card number 0. This is about, and Spirit's having me place it over Virgo and your ancestors. Many of you have such a strong faith. Even if you don't have or believe in God, maybe you're more spiritual than you are religious. Your faith has been bolstered to a point where I think you're really enjoying not having to figure everything out. You've done enough research with this Virgo energy and this card number 22, with this learning of that you can. There's a lot of letting go and letting God lead you to your next place in life, in relationships. And many of you have discovered so many deeper parts of yourself. It's very beautiful. And again, from the outside, your reputation is changed because it's been a radical acceptance of this process that you have, with full energy, embraced. Last but not least, the Tower, exactly. This is Mars energy. This is about action. This is ruler of Aries, and this is going right over Aries and card number 33 of change. It may be painful, but the Tower offers a balm. A balm, not a bomb. Well, yeah, a bomb too. Things will be better when the dust settles. The Tower is God to me. It's your ancestors coming in and taking out old foundations that no longer serve you. And you've done this with this Fool energy. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. You should forgive yourself of past mistakes, heal old wounds, and start anew. Pluto. Coupled with a Tower is Scorpionic energy. Sex, death, and rebirth. The fiery phoenix. All right, let's get into... Let's do Spirit. May I have... Let's do it. Let's take a look at what's going on in your chakras. We'll do 10 cards. The first 7 will be energies of each of your chakras. And then 3 cards at the end will be a take it as you wish, past, present, future, or a 1, 2, 3 steps to take moving forward from this very transformative energy that you've been in or are in currently. Can I get some advice for my lovely collective? Eight of Cups, Piscean energy. This is willpower. This is mutable water energy. This is walking away from things, people, places, things that no longer serve you and for your highest good. Coupled with the Fool energy, this is how you motivated yourself and navigated through these towers. It brought you justice, or is bringing you justice. We got the Four of Cups, leaving people behind. A doubling up of Cups energy. 8 is a number of strength. And as we saw in the Justice card, here, a symbol of infinity. There is an abundance of energy that you can tap into through your ancestors, through your loved ones who've passed on, through your higher self, if you don't believe in God. And I'm also picking up octopus. Probably my cephalopods are probably my favorite sea creature. Even above dolphin or whale energy. Highly intelligent, alien, and a chameleon, which we saw earlier with 33, the master number 33, and change. Not only are your ancestors coming in to help you out, some of you have or are becoming ascended masters, just like Christ. Pisces, 8 of Cups, mutable water energy, the Son of God, who did the necessary work with each of his chakras and ascended that way. Yeah, 10 of Swords, Gemini energy. Many of you, this is you. This and this was the result of all the connections that you once had with people, places, and things in your life that did you dirty or initiated, I'd like to think, help you through the ego death process. This is my card of the final stage of an ego death. I'm placing it right over the tower where it belongs. Thank your ancestors. Thank God for this learning that you've gone through. The people, places, and things in your life who put all of those swords in your back, thank them as well. Many of you with this Cancerian energy and the Doula energy and the Justice, you've learned how to not only forgive those lost souls, but you've been able to forgive yourself with the Tower card. As it says, Judgment. You may soon be faced with a decision. Allow justice to guide your hand and you will find peace. No, what was it? Oh, Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. You should forgive yourself of past mistakes. Coupling up with people who did this to you. You've learned that you can look back now and thank them for that learning, because now you know who to trust. You have such great faith and strength within you now that any new relationships that you work on, any new jobs, occupations, you won't make those mistakes again. And first and foremost, you've been able to, forgiveness is not about forgiving the others. I mean, yes, that occurs as well, but but beyond that, and most importantly, the forgiveness is for yourself, forever placing yourself in that situation. It's God's way of helping you through the ego death process to build your faith, because you survived, you're still here, and you're better for it. Gosh, I'm getting flashes, and so many of you were put in dangerous situations. Many of you willingly placed yourself in situations where, you were maybe at a low point. And, when your energy drops to such a low point, you tend to attract, like attracts like. So those people, now that you're vibing so much higher, you've learned your lessons, you're moving on, or have moved on, or about to move on from these idiots. I say idiots, but what I really mean to say is they were karmic lessons that you had to learn in order to elevate, in order to become the master builder in your life, in order to become and work with ascended master energy. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo again. And gender is fluid here in Tarot. Everybody has a masculine and a feminine, yin yang, anima, animus energy within you. And none of you, or all of you, learned that if you didn't know it already. And you've integrated those two energies beautifully. Earth energy is again about the five senses. So not only are you very whole and secure in your senses, you're grounded. You know how to ground yourself. You know how to transmute energy of other people. So many of you are highly sensitive. I wouldn't doubt that you're neurodivergent, or there might be some autism in there, neurodivergence. Some of you might be dealing with ADHD, which that is largely about the sixth house. So if you are on a path of understanding your ADHD and living with it and working with it, know that it does get better, that you will get to a point where you'll be able to recognize, if you're not already there, you'll recognize what energy is yours and what energy you're sensing from others that you're actually absorbing. Earth energy is feminine energy. It's receptive, as is water energy. But earth energy is the most sensitive of all the signs. Period. And many of you here with this Cancer, I'm looking at the Doula. you can walk into a room and you're absorbing energy from other people. And before this work that you've been doing, before you learned this of yourself, you couldn't discern what energy was yours and what was not yours. The Knight of Swords, courage, air energy, action, thought, words. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 9 of Wands. I mentioned Chiron earlier. 9 of Wands is... 9 is a number of the self, and it's a completion of the self. It's being very, very dedicated. Here with 9 of Wands, it's about being successful, being able to express your passions and your intuition, because fire is intuition. Yes. Intuition can be applied to water as well, but that is more about the information. That type of intuition is about learning through emotions, where intuition, fire, spirit, passion, expression, is more spiritual. I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's Mercury retrograde right now, so as I'm looking at the Knight of Swords, and we have Virgo out on the table in your reading, you are a success. No one can take you down. You've been through so much in the way of spiritual warfare. The people will start coming to you to ask you questions on how you... I'm also getting a lot of people coming to you for forgiveness with apologies, because of the 10 of Swords that they may have put you through. You've already forgiven them. Many of you won't even need that contact with them. But for those of you, some of you have at least one of that group from your past that you've left behind, that you've already forgiven because you've forgiven yourself. You've earned that justice. That is your justice. And in many situations like this, when you have engaged in spiritual warfare, whether it was conscious or going on in the subconscious, and that's another thing that you probably learned, that many of the spiritual attacks, these 10 of Swords coming from other people, they weren't even conscious of it. They were operating from such a low vibration that they weren't even aware of it. They haven't done the work in their 6th house as you have, collective. They don't know how to transmute energies. Many of them aren't even self-aware enough to know astrology and what they're comprised of energetically. So, those who've bullied you, who stole from you, who even tried to unalive you, spiritually or even physically, they want to communicate, and you can expect communication. But they're going to approach you maybe very slowly, unsure. Some of them are going to be quite brazen. I don't know if you can see the look on the face of that horse in the foreground. He looks pissed off. they'll approach you, but this is what they see your energy to be. Nine of Wands. I don't think it's a defensive energy that you're giving off. Or if it is, hey, you've forgiven them already. You've forgiven yourself for engaging with that shit. So you're moving on. And, for some of you, this is you. Moving forward in your life. Look at that. To the Ten of Cups. You'll recreate. You'll build a new family. You'll move to a different community. You'll find a different workplace that is better suited. I see this for many of you. And you'll be recognized for the gifts that you have, for the love that you have, for the knowledge and the learning of all that integration that you've been through. Again, leaving people, Four of Cups in reverse. Cancerian energy. Some of these people can't be saved at this point because they're drowning in their own sorrows and boredom. Now they don't have anyone to F with because you've left them. Moon. If you don't follow the moon cycles or know much about the moon cycles, I would love to teach you. I'm not giving personal readings, but you can work with me one-on-one through my Patreon. Link will be in my description box. And what you'll get there is 2 hours of my time throughout the month. We'll meet for an hour and we'll discuss where you are in your spiritual ascension, in integrating a lot of the lessons that you've learned, karmic lessons. We can throw cards. I am NLP certified, which is neuro-linguistic programming. This is largely about safely, consciously going back into those past traumas, taking a look at them and unpacking them. And I'm also MBTI certified. So if you're into cognitive functioning, the work of Carl Jung, we can get you typed. Jung used tarot. These are archetypes. These are energies. We can discuss how best, with your cognitive functions, how best to heal and move on. So you'll get an hour with me, and then it's a 30-day one-on-one work where I will tap into your energy through tarot or Reiki, meeting via Zoom. We'll discuss where you are and what obstacles or challenges or events in your future that are going to bring you the healing that you need here with the moon card. And I really love teaching people not only about how you perceive and judge reality, cognitive functioning, but I couple that with, we'll take a look at your chart. As an astrotheologian, I'll look over, do research, and present to you, if you're unfamiliar with your gifts and some of the challenges, Chiron, that you have in this incarnation in life. And then there will be, after that first hour, there will be 3 more sessions where we'll get together. I'll either throw cards or it'll just be a checkup or check in, where we can again meet, and you can utilize my NLP certification or MBTI certification or my Reiki certification to, bolster that faith that you have in yourself and in life, or with your creator, whether that be Allah, God, or even your higher self, for my atheist brothers and sisters out there. I once was atheist, no longer. And we've got Eight of Wands, incoming communication. But I digress, jumping around a little bit. I no longer live by a calendar so much as I live by moon cycles, and solar cycles. So we'll discuss that for you, how best you can wean yourself from the rat race and integrate the very real or truth that time does not exist. Reality, this life is, this universe is 100% energy, and how we are comprised of the energies of the celestial bodies, how we are affected and moved and changed by moon cycles and solar cycles. All of that you can find on my Patreon if you choose to work with me. Other than that, you may look forward to more readings like this for confirmation, to aid you wherever you are in life, so that you can move forward, heal, learn, love, grow that faith and that strength in yourself to become that radical leader of yourself. And do it with grace, do it with love, learning how to create your own justice without having to engage with those who stuck all of those swords in your back. True healing begins with you and has very little to do with those who you choose to leave behind. Yet, forgive. So, I think I'm going to leave this here. All right. Let me get a message from the angels. Seven of Pentacles, Saturn in Taurus. On the bottom of the deck. This is about sowing seeds, planting seeds of growth. Spirit, can I have a message from the angels for my collective before we end this reading? Okay, thank you. Page of Swords. Governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. Page of Swords is air energy. It's the king and queen are rather fixed air energy, so that would be Aquarius energy. The knight is mutable energy, which is Gemini energy. So the Page of Swords would be the creative, the outspoken, the learned energy of Libra, which is the cardinal air energy. This particular angel, Ha'aya, whose name's translated means God the Refuge. They're there to provide this learning that you've undertaken is a refuge. Fool energy, Aquarius energy, is about having the faith, knowing that you're never alone, even though you may be walking alone or alone in your life right now. Truly, you have your ancestors with you 100% of the time, and you certainly have your angels and God. Oh, and that's another thing that I will share with you are your 3 guardian angels if you choose to work with me through my Patreon site. So, at Patreon, we can discuss cognitive functioning. We'll certainly look at your astrological chart, your birth chart. I'll calculate your numerology, and I also will introduce to you your 3 guardian angels. One that looks after your physical vessel. That's mine. One that helps you with navigating through this crazy life, helps you your morality and your ethics, and the last is your soul guardian. And so if you're into Kabbalah, these are the 72 angels of the Kabbalah. All of that can be found at my Patreon site. And with that, know that you are loved, that you are blessed, that you are in a state of healing and safety, where you can go 24/7 at any time by simply sitting in meditation or picking up that Bible or that book, connecting with your ancestors, looking out for omens and signs from the universe that you are on your path, and you'll learn what steps to take to lead you to raising your vibration, raising your faith. And when all of that takes place, that's when you become a master manifester of your reality. And in a way, it's controlling your experience in life, but that control has a lot to do with surrendering to the process. And I can help you with understanding that particular energy and letting go of fears and obstacles that keep you from walking in that beautiful Fool energy that God wants you in. So, without further ado, namaste, and I'll see you in the next reading.